do share differently. I know that you've seen me in lives. I'm a little animated, a little bit whacked. But it's no ego or anything like that. We're not experts at this by any means. Our OnlyFans has fluctuated anywhere from 300 fans to 650 fans. We've had months where we've made $6-7 grand, and we've had months where we've made 2 or 3. And it ultimately just comes down to just sharing.
You can't take it personal. To go from like 600 fans to 400 overnight. Like I used to take it personal. Like I'd be like, what I do? They don't like me anymore. So
we started our OnlyFans. I think it's really key if you're going to start an OnlyFans or Fansly, because you do have both of those out there. And if you don't know what the difference is, Fansly allows you to do more kink fetishes. Use different words and verbiage than what OnlyFans does. OnlyFans is actually really limited and monitored by what you say and the words that you say. Where Fansly is a lot more open, so if you are into more of the BDSM, that's kind of content that you decide you want to make, you probably would want to do a Fansly account over an OnlyFans account, because on OnlyFans, if you talk about your bruises or any of your impact play, those videos can get removed.
No.
So it is
no bodily fluids, anything.
Yeah, no bodily fluids, all of that. So it comes down to ultimately why do you want an OnlyFans? Like if you're looking to make a couple extra $100 a month, super easy to do. That's super easy to do. If you want to make it a full-time career and you want to replace your income, you can do it. But it is a job and you don't get rich overnight. Unfortunately, I think it all still has that stigma that if you do an OnlyFans, you can make all this money, and that's not how it is. To give you an idea of what people make, if you're in the top 10%, the top 10% make roughly about $600 a month. I mean, that's what it is. Now in the top 5%, now it all changes. Top 5% make right around $2,500 a month. Top 4% now it also starts jumping up, where yes, if you are in the top 1%, top 2.5%, you're making $7-8 grand a month. And so it just comes down to the amount of content that you put out, the content that you do put out, and then how do you advertise it, because everything out there limits now OnlyFans, and you're not supposed to use this word on any of the social media platforms out there because they do shadow ban you on them. So ultimately,
or delete your account.
Well,
I mean, Instagram
is actually
you can
friendly.
kind of hashtag
Instagram and
that,
Facebook and everything is friendly with it. But ultimately, it's your type of thing. I will say this: if you want to just make a little bit of extra money, it's easy to do just by yourself. And guys can do it too. We have 3 different OnlyFans accounts. I have my own personal one that I make money off of. She has her own personal one. And then we have our joint one. And the one that makes all the money is the joint one, because anyone can go online to Pornhub, to anything, to see whoever they want to see. Naked guys and naked women, dime a dozen, but for amateur couple play and all that, now people pay for that. People will seek that out. People want to engage in that because it's real to them. They can't.
They want relatable.
Yeah, and especially when I'll go over of like engaging with people who start to follow you, they almost kind of become loyal to you, and they don't want to take up your time. And if they're taking up your time, they want to pay you for your time. It's really amazing like how respectful people are with this, where they know that if they get onto Pornhub or whatever, they're not going to talk to any of the porn stars or anything like that. And if you do, it's a lot of money. So for this, they are very grateful if you give them a little bit of time a day, and they're very respectful of your time.
And they always apologize. I'm sorry for chatting with you too much. I've had guys or people, like mostly men, but like send us me $10 just because like they're like, I'm really sorry for taking up your time, and like they'll like tip you, and I'm like, it's okay, thanks.
Thank you.
So then you feel like you should keep talking to them.
So it comes down to is a lot of content, and then just finding your thing. Because if you don't have a thing, it's really fucking difficult to stay motivated and even know what you're doing. So you're either going to do a theme of, I want to do a lot with lingerie, or maybe you want to do themes where if you decide to go more of the BDSM route, where you do a bunch of different things with floggers, to continually come up with content, because eventually it seems easy at first of like, okay, let's go fuck other people, let's go fuck this, and we'll fuck this, and I want to fuck this. And then you're like, wait a minute, like I'm burnt out with this. This was a month, and now I'm done. What else do I do? And then sometimes you kind of get this like, oh shit, I don't know what.
Well, a lot of people have like a persona that they like you have a name. Everyone's got like a name, or like like I know people that wear wigs or a mask and all of them, or
you can do toy reviews, or you can do whatever you want on it to
kind of
keep it
branched
fun.
out to that, into toy reviews, I'll talk about toys and I'll use them, but I can also do PG-13 versions for YouTube, TikTok, not TikTok because they'd be any burden, but like Instagram, stuff like that, like a PG, like, oh, this new toy I got, if you want to see me use it. So that just started something that I kind of recently started.
So it's finding your niche, because she came up with the idea that's like, all of what can you advertise
Yeah, because I'm bored with my
PG-13
personal account. I was like, what should I do?
to get it over to where you actually make the money for it. And then when you do set up your accounts, I don't know how many of you guys have an Onlyfans right now, but there's essentially 2 accounts that you can do. You can do a pay-per-view account, which essentially is you charge a low rate to begin with. I found our magic number is $6.99 a month.
We tried to raise it to $9.99 one time, and it just tanked.
It tanked.
Like tanked.
And
We went back to $6.99 and like grew again really quickly. We were like, okay, keeping it at $6.99.
Yes, but our whole thing though is we make a lot of our money through pay-per-view. So if you want a video that's full length and not a minute clip or a 30-second clip, you're gonna pay for the whole video. And then if you don't want to do pay-per-view, which is some creators out there don't do pay-per-view, and they really go in the very open, hey, no pay-per-view on this, but it is usually about $30 a month. The odds of you returning subscribers is very low, because people don't pay attention to $6.99 being dinged on their card every month. People do pay attention to $30. What the fuck? A 30, you know, where that $30 just go? They're jumping on there real quick and they're ending their subscription or they're canceling it so it doesn't keep renewing. You know what I mean? Yeah, no. I mean that's where.
But you don't even know it. Like half the time you don't know it. It's like, you know, or even on apps, you know, when you buy like a $4.99 subscription, and all of a sudden you're like I remember we sat down with all of our subscriptions and we're like, where's all this money? Like just like random, like $5 here, $6 there.
So it's your choice of what you want to do, but you can go either of those routes, and then the verification process too. If you haven't gotten verified, you will find real quick that getting verified for one of these accounts takes a lot of time.
Yeah, how many of you that have it? Did it take you like multiple times? Yeah, it took me so many times to get verified.
Yeah. And
it used to be pretty chill. So Eric had his account, and then all of a sudden we turned it into like our joint account, and they never said a word about me being on it. Like we just was like, it's our couple account. But in the I don't know if you guys have noticed how strict they've become the last like month. Like they take down anything that's not tagged. So if on our joint account, I have to tag both of us, or they will remove our videos. So thank goodness we have personal accounts. But you can also sign waivers, which is whatever. Another thing.
And that's where it comes to shooting content. Is the next thing about, okay, how do you get your content up? And that's what you really decide you want to do, what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. When it comes to shooting content, it's a lot easier to shoot content with other OnlyFans creators, mainly because they already have an account. You don't have to have any waivers or anything like that. Stuff like that. Anybody that you do film content with, right? Anyone that you do content with, you have to get them to do the waiver online, because we have ran into friends and stuff who will be like, hey, I got this hot ass content out here. I know I could sell it, and it's pretty good content, but they're not friends anymore. And the person will not sign the waiver, so you can't use that content.
Yeah, we had a friend that happened too. She had all this hot content. She just couldn't sell any of it because the girl was like,
they weren't friends anymore. So make sure when you do that, at the time, you gotta look at it as all business. That's where guys, I've learned, we have a weird different perspective when it comes to OnlyFans versus when it comes to women with OnlyFans. Guys look at it almost more for the hoorah, get to have sex, where women are looking at it as the hoorah, get to have money. And that is the reality of it. So finding other OnlyFans creators out there is actually more of a challenge than what you ever realize it is. So when you do have the ability to meet up with other creators, write down everything that you want done. I mean, literally have a list, because it isn't enjoyable, fun sex. It really isn't. It is. If you're filming with others, it's okay, we need this shot, and you want to pay attention to what people are asking you, because you'll get requests that, hey, I want a rib job video, or I want a facial video, or I want male, female, or I want gaming, whatever it might be. And it comes down to boundaries of whatever you're comfortable shooting, because people can cross into some of your boundaries where you almost feel bad for not doing them. Boundaries with people when you're shooting content.
Yeah, you do start to feel, well, especially when you're new. Like I'm sure any of you that have had it for a little while, it's just like the lifestyle. When you're new, you're like, oh, I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but they're offering me money. Now I have no problem being like, fuck, I'm not answering that message. Like, I don't want your money that bad, or people taking advantage of you, things like that. I will share some of my stories on that, and I will give you guys a good example.
What's your example on that?
So I don't know
only
how many
communicate with people through OnlyFans.
Only communicate with people through OnlyFans. If you do have a Snapchat account, that is fine. Like you were saying, you do really well on it. I did let somebody talk to me on Snapchat, but I don't know if any of you girls have Amazon wish lists. Do not do anything until that stuff is in your hands. Because I made the mistake of video chatting with this guy for an hour. I felt super icky. I'll never do it again. I crossed a boundary and he kept bothering me. So finally, he was like promising me all these things. He was reaching out to me on so many different platforms. And he was like, I'll buy you anything you want off your wish list. He bought me a $200 cat treat. Don't ask, I really wanted this cat treat for my cats. He bought me like this $200 cat treat. He bought me a pair of Nikes and like some lingerie that I have on there. And I was like, fuck yeah. He like showed it to me. It said purchase, took it off my account, chatted with him for an hour, felt super icky. I was like, I don't want to do that anymore, but I'm going to do it for my cats. That's what I kept saying. Never got the stuff. So when they order stuff off your Amazon account, they can order it, purchase it, and immediately cancel the order, but it'll still look like it's being shipped to you. So I never received any of it. So I will never ever do anything until something is in your hand. That's just like, and then he also did it to another friend. I don't know if you got any of you guys know Rhea. He did it to her too, but she learned from me, and she was like, "I'm not doing shit for you until that shit's on my doorstep." And Candice's shit is on her doorstep, and then he blocked us both immediately. But anyways, know that is a possibility with the Amazon wish list. Like they can literally, we didn't know this. We like did some research that you can order things on Amazon wish list. It says it was purchased. You know how Amazon doesn't take the money from you until they like ship it? He canceled the order before it. So, but it's still on my Amazon wish list right now. Shows that it's purchased, but I never got it. So, lesson learned. Don't do that.
Yeah.
I felt stupid. And used.
And that is the thing, and that's why it's a lot easier, especially when it comes to the advertising side of this, to only really engage with people that actually purchase your stuff because now they're invested in you. Because you can get flooded on Reddit and Twitter and everything else that you go out to use to advertise this because people want free stuff. And let's face it, I mean, there's a couple of us guys, we could call out our own guys. Guys are fucking sleazy sometimes. I mean, we're not, but you know what I mean.
We're not. Yeah,
you get those guys where you're just like, really?
Sleazy at all. You've never been sleazy?
No. Engaging with the fans is one of the other big things that you want to make sure that you continually do. You can do live streams and everything on those. If you do, my biggest suggestion is we look at this all as money. This isn't fun sex things, and so if we do live streams, you want to be able to hype all that up and hype up everything you can when it comes to engaging with any of the fans or anybody that you do. And like even like I heard you say you know, you kind of get these regulars, and they become those regulars that constantly will tip you or constantly join your lives and constantly give you money, or constantly, if you're a guy, they try to talk you into getting a blowjob from another guy. No, I have no idea. So you do get these, but engaging with them is
yeah, and those are the people that you do give the special attention to, or like when they do buy a video from me, I always sneak in an extra. And they're like, oh my god, you're so kind. Like they'll buy like the packages we have, and I'll always sneak in like a couple extra, and they're like, oh, you didn't have to do that. And I'm like, yeah, thanks. So yeah, you do nice things for people that are, I mean, and they're genuinely like fans. I mean, they're
paying to see you naked.
They're horny fans.
So you're sending them an extra video?
Yeah, so like
we have pictures, but not an extra.
So I have so many videos and bundles. So I sell bundles for like, I mean, I've got bundles for $50, $65, $75. So for me, an extra 7-minute video of me giving him a blowjob, it's already on. It's not like I'm having to upload it and take all this time. I'm just like, you know, when they're in your vault, I'm just like click. So I will for the people that like are, and they're buying big bundles and they're like repeat fans, things like that. Yeah.
Because that's where you're gonna make all the money from. If you just want to make a couple $100 a month, I mean, just do a pay-per-viewed site, post your pictures, post some small clips, and put together a little menu, and send out the videos whenever they're kind of purchased. I mean, that's one of the easiest things to do. People will say, well, do the free site and then do a paid site.
She does that, and she does pretty well. She makes more money on her free site.
You can do both those because then they have to pay to unlock all the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's also one of those things that it's a grind, and it's almost, you have to almost have the different content on both pages because the one thing that people I've noticed with this, at least our experience, is they'll feel cheated if it's the same content.
Yeah, so that's what I do. So I have to be really careful not to post, because I run our accounts. I mean, Eric runs his. I don't care what he posts. He just posts pictures of his
Dick.
What I do is anything above the waist goes on my free, and anything below the waist goes
Oh,
on
see,
my
no, that's a really good, like, how to set boundary. Like, no, that's actually really smart. Like,
Because it keeps your content different.
it keeps your content different. Be like, if you want to see more, you want to see this shit, like, you're going to be paying more for it. Yeah, I just have to be careful. Like, I'll have to go back and be like, what did I post over on this account? What did I post here?
And you drive from the free.
What was that?
You have a free and a paid, and you drive from the free.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
That's how it runs.
Yep. I'll put censored pictures on my free. I'll just put a little sticker over my hoo-ha and
Yeah.
if you want to see it,
And then
censored.
what the free account also allows you to do, so the challenges with the free, because there's always a plus and minus to everything, and it comes down to your personal boundaries. A free account, anyone can access it and still go, you have an OnlyFans, and they can use that against you if you ever have any challenges or issues
We
in your
have a
life.
friend that
Um,
she made the mistake of posting a photo, and her husband are both firefighters, and somebody caught wind of it. And one of the sexy photos she had taken, her husband didn't realize it was in the shower at work, and they got pulled into. They had to take down everything, pulled into the board. They thought they were both going to lose their jobs. Like it was pretty bad because it was on the free page, and so it was just like somebody was just like click.
So
So
that
if you're scared of stuff like that, I mean, I don't have a job to protect.
One of the lines on my free account versus my VIP, like the free, I don't do any videos on there, but I sell the videos.
Okay.
But on my VIP, I have some short videos, but they don't get the full video.
You still have to pay for the full. Yeah. She saw them on both, yeah. And you'll get you'll get guys that are more into like, I only want to do PPD, or I won't join you if you don't have it. So you're gonna get a different audience probably on both. And we have I have a different audience. Some people just follow him, mine, but we also have some of the same followers. So I try not to
try not to have it all duplicate content.
yeah. And then I'll feel bad. Like one girl's like, you already sent me that video. I was like, oh shit, sorry. Send you more.
And then also with the making money is just make sure you have a menu put together. I'm sure you guys have menus.
Yeah.
You have to have menus.
She had
and have
a
to
question.
bundle.
Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Kathy.
Oh.
So circling back to like the lives and stuff like that, what would you do to like be like, hey, I'm gonna be going live on this day. You don't want to miss this. Like,
So we always post it on OnlyFans. Like you could post like a
Right.
thing, and then you can make an event on OnlyFans too. We've done
Oh,
that,
okay.
and then you can post just a thing be like I'm going live Friday. Then I have a friend that does. I don't know if any of you have met Amy. She's new to Boise. CA Unicorn Girl. She's been a couple events here. She's been a friend of ours for a little while. She does OnlyFans. She has a job, but she doesn't have to have a job. It's like literally what she does for a living. And she's this cute little like blonde, little cute unicorn. But she will post it, her lives. Oh, that's where I was going with this. She'll just ask on her lives what time works better for people. And so she'll do like a poll, and people will be like, oh, 10 o'clock will work better. And then she'll also say, you can also do it where if you want to do a live, be like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to set this up, but you can only let certain people watch your live, I think. People that pay, so people have to pay ahead of time, which is kind of cool. So you could be like, you have to at least pay $5, and then they'll tip in, so people don't just watch for free. And then you could post it on if you have always suggest having which I'll go into the marketing side of it, but like Twitter, Reddit, anything like that, and be like, I'm going live, right? So post that on your Instagram, stuff like that, because your fans will find you, so yeah, you could always announce it. We would always announce it just to like build the hype, especially like the first time we ever went live.
and doing that both on pay-per-view and paid monthly subscription.
We only have a paid, I'll be honest.
We don't do it free because we have free pay-per-view. So just make
and
it
so many other
free.
social
It's
media
like,
accounts we run.
Gotcha.
so and we have the luxury too of
I don't know where you do your live. Where do you do your live, Michelle? Do you do on?
I do lives on my paid.
Okay.
And I just did a live on my free, but I was limited what I let them. And then
Yeah.
I sometimes do it on AFFs to drive over.
Okay, yeah, that's
And that
fine.
makes-
On lives, I have no idea. Is there an option for like you pay this much and you're on for like the first 5 minutes and then it'll automatically kick
Yes,
you?
because I feel like Amy does that. She'll be like, it'll like shut off.
I'd have to ask her because
Sorry, I've been
Well,
horrible
there's
about doing
potentially
lives.
a way
Yeah. So you get that draw people
Like
in, and
you
all of a sudden
could-
shut off, and they're like, wait, come back.
Exactly.
I was enjoying
that's what
that.
I was thinking.
We actually have, to be honest, we did lives for a while. Did the last year. We haven't been doing them a ton. We got,
Some at a time.
well, we just realized they weren't, I mean, we would make some money on them, but
Our biggest thing was that we would do a live like on TikTok or something, and then tell people, hey, we're gonna go live on our Spicy account, because that's what you have to. If you want to, when you advertise, I'll go on the advertising side of it. You have to really go. You can't even do Spicy account anymore.
you can't even say spicy site
so-
anymore. They call it the blue and white pages
Yeah,
now on TikTok.
And you can't do OnlyFans either. But you would do it on lives from like Adult Friend Finder or Kick or Plenty of Fish or any of these that you can do these
Can
lives.
you say like, I'm gonna go live on my 18+ site?
You can.
Yeah, my adult site. On that, sometimes honestly, if we're on TikTok and we're like, we're gonna go live on that site, 90% of people are like, oh, that site.
That side, okay.
And, but then we don't talk about it a lot. Like we don't spend like
Right.
30 minutes keep saying it. You slip it in real quick a few times. That's it. Or like especially like we've done it before. We've filmed content with a girl, and so it'll be me, him, and two. You know, me and him. Sorry, not him and two girls, and people are like, ooh, what are you guys doing?
And then you go live on both
Then you go
for
live.
about 5 minutes. And people are like, who are you talking to? Oh, we're on our Spicy talking to everybody.
Yeah,
in that
and then
live
people will be
stream.
like, I want to go. And
So
then
then
you
all of a
get
sudden you watch your
followers.
subscriptions go through. You'll acquire a lot of subscriptions.
And they might not turn their renewal on, but they'll at least be a little bit, you know. So it might not be repeat customers, but they'll at least be like, I'll pay $6.99, and then they'll tip you during your live. And they'll tip you. They'll ask you to do things during your lives, like
So they'll tip you like $20,
Just made
like
me laugh.
fuck your wife
We
with a
had a
wine
friend.
bottle or something like that.
It was our friend's birthday, and she told me to use I was drinking wine straight from the bottle, and she's like, you know where you should put that? And I was like, I drank the whole bottle, so I was like, okay.
And $20 later,
Oh,
$20
my
is
God.
$20.
Yeah. But yeah, they'll tip you and ask you to do things, but don't do it unless they actually are tipping you, and if you feel comfortable.
I've had a lot of success doing lives on my free. What I do is I get on there and I chat and I'm just warm and friendly, and then I say, okay, and this live is going to my VIP.
See, that's
I'll see
smart.
you over there.
And then they're like, wait, come back.
And then I get.
They'll chase you, especially
Yeah.
once. I mean, guys, you know, you get work, you know, they're like, oh wait, I want to see her naked. And Eric and I love our content. Yes, it's lifestyle content on social media, but it's not even like sexy content. We're just like us being silly, and people will go follow our OnlyFans because they're like, oh, you guys are. We can see you guys naked, you know, like, and you can just be silly and be yourself and be fun and cute and not even have to be like, oh, like, you know, whatever.
So I mean, it comes down to you of whatever you end up. You know, it is a lot of trial and error to figure out what fits your personality and how you make your money on it. And again, it comes down to how much money you really want to make and how much time you want to invest into it. But the big one is then when it comes to the advertising of it, and advertising for it. When it first came out, it was really super easy because in 2020, the biggest thing out there was TikTok, and TikTok just made it where that you could drop links. So all of a sudden, everybody is advertising OnlyFans through TikTok. They catch on, and now it's not there anymore. And so where do you really advertise it at? And just our experience with it, because we do a lot with social media, is you can do Reddit is a way that you'll see a lot of people who will do advertising for it. And everybody I'm sure has had different experiences with Reddit. When we post anywhere, we only post PG-13 because we try to. The same concept as the free sites, you know, trying to get you to come over to the paid site so that you see what you actually really want to see, and have that ability to see it. When I blast Reddit, I'll probably do, in the morning I will usually do them, and I will probably put out 20 to 30 things in different subthreads.
What
You don't do that every
subs
day.
do you put it as?
So whatever ones I'm not
Sundays.
banned in anymore.
Depends on
because
Not banned in.
because Reddit
I'm
is
banned from a few.
so Reddit is
I think I got banned from one the other day. I was trying to like say I could use Reddit, and I like immediately got us banned from one. I was like,
so Reddit is actually finicky, and all of the pages are very finicky. Some of them you have to be verified, so you have to do a picture with the date next to your face. Send that into the moderators to get approved. A lot of the subthreads will also have it where if you advertise OnlyFans on your page, which you ultimately want to, you want to be able to go to your Reddit main page and have the link there and talk that and say, hey, yes, I have an OnlyFans. Well, if you have that, a lot of pages now won't let you in and they'll ban you because you have that. So there's a lot of OnlyFans.
you have to read the rules of each subreddit.
Yeah, and they constantly change because there's ones that have had a little bit of success, like the Cubs for Cougars, I think it was. But now that one's turned into a verified sub-thread, and I don't have the time to sit with her.
I know, I told you we should sit and do it. We do need to go. If you want to take the time and like really be legit, you can go through and do all the verification process. We just haven't on all of them yet. We keep saying we're going to.
A kind of workaround for me for that was just creating a link tree. So I'm not exactly putting my spicy site links. I have a link tree you
Yeah.
click on and it shows that you just choose
Yeah.
which one you want to go to.
Mhm.
So TikTok will actually remove your link tree if
Yeah.
your link tree has OnlyFans on it. So what we
And it gets
do,
reported.
we
It-
have
it-
we
it-
own
it
the
can get reported.
impulsiveduo.com.
I was able to do that with Instagram because they were.
Yeah, oh, Instagram you can, yes.
Instagram.
But if you go to the
Yeah.
impulsiveduo.com, it'll say spicy, but
Mhm.
it's not OnlyFans. You click on that, it will take you to a separate link tree
Oh.
where that is on. You have to click like 4 times to even get to ours because once you become a big enough creator, they will, even if you have a link tree on your TikTok, they will remove it and they will take down they might not remove your page, but they'll take down your link. We've had links banned. So, or accounts that are no longer allowed to put links. TikTok or Instagram, Facebook, and you can literally put your direct link anywhere. They don't give a shit. I literally make posts. I'm like, follow my OnlyFans, and I post a link, and they're like, cool, whatever. But TikTok is the one that you can't even have it on a link tree, or they won't. That'll like people will click on it, and TikTok won't even open it. It'll be like, not even adult only. It'll just like not. It'll put like there was like a big sad smiley face for a little while. Remember that?
Yeah.
Have
So-
you thought about buying a domain name on like GoDaddy.com
Mhm.
and then just domain name forwarding it to your OnlyFans?
If it still forwards, I think.
It depends on how much it forwards in. It depends on how much
Could you do like a landing page with the email where like gets emailed?
you can.
Yeah.
And you can do the domain page because I've done that
That's
for
what we
different
have.
things before
Like, I can
too.
show you what we do.
It's seeing how far you can push it to where you're not caught essentially. That they'll keep it up,
And
but it's not too
always-
difficult to find.
And if you start getting like a big enough, like you start doing this and you're starting to get like your page is growing, always have a backup account. Because as soon as if that account goes down, you're like, fuck, I just lost 10,000 followers, but you've got another account with 2,000 over here and you just have to rebuild it. I've got like our friend Amy, what I was talking about, she posts a lot on Instagram. Like there are days I'm like, girl, how are you gonna get that? And then she gets it taken down. But she pushes the limits on Instagram. But if you look her up, she's got like 7 Instagram pages and she just keeps going.
And that's where it turns into that job. And so
I wish she was here. She had her kids. Or no, she was doing it.
I don't know. So
Right, she couldn't come today.
yeah. So
She's good at it.
Reddit, I could spend a couple hours on it doing those posts, but I will say this: it was probably the least profitable. I would probably we would gain maybe 5 followers from it, which to me it didn't make sense for the amount of time.
Oh.
Twitter
I like
is
it.
kind of the same thing.
So my link tree doesn't have our spicy stuff on it. So if you go to like our TikTok, sorry, I have a dark on, you can't really see, but it says like it's link tree, the Impulsive Duo. You click on that, and then you click on like it'll just be like a link tree landing page, and then if you scroll down somewhere, where is it? Sorry. Oh, it'll say the spicy stuff. I literally put it towards the bottom. People, if they're looking for it, you click on that. Then that takes you to the impulsiveduo.com, which is like our main landing page. And then you go down there and you can find all of our stuff right there. So we have to like, but I can post the impulsiveduo.com direct links on Instagram. That's only TikTok, but you have to be really careful.
So, Twitter you can use and advertise. I mean, that's where you'll find other creators. If you want to make a lot of money, my suggestion is you start hooking up with other creators, and it's not even that you do anything with them per se. Is that you just do the shout out for shout outs. And if you don't know what shout out for shout out is, like, hey, I'll advertise your site on all my stuff, and you advertise mine on all yours. That way that does work. It is beneficial that way, especially if you can get some of the bigger creators to do it, where if they're in like that top 2 or 1%, you'll get a lot of follows.
Yeah, we'll get shout outs, especially if we're making content with somebody like coming up. We'll be like, we'll put it even on our, like the other day we did it for a friend. I put like, hey, we're gonna make content with her, and she's not a very big creator. She's got a few, she has followers and stuff, but she doesn't have a ton. And she got like 10 that day, she said. So she does. I was like, hey, we're gonna make content with this girl this week, and she got some new followers. So you just share And we'll do the share for shares to like grow your Instagram.
Mhm.
I will more on like my. So I also am like super like weird about posting too much out there on the internet. I don't know.
The best
So I have
advertising
a private page.
that we've benefited from is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook, you can actually make more money than you do on your Onlyfans. If
We
you
make
get
so
monetized
much
on
on
Facebook. To give you an idea on Facebook, on my personal, when that one is monetized, every now and then it does get demonetized for mental health stuff.
You just gotta
When it
demonetize
does get monetized, that actually
sharing
makes
fake
about
news.
$150 to about $200 a day
A day.
on Facebook. Our Impulsive duo makes it a couple $100. It actually makes about $1,000 a month easily. Believe it or not, Facebook pays you tons of money, but there
Like
are
to the
a
point
lot
we
of
thought it was
requirements.
fake. We're like, is something wrong? When we first got monetized, Eric's
Oh, you're making like $3-4 grand off of Facebook. You're like, what the fuck is
Eric's
this?
like, they're gonna take us away. And then he got demonetized for fake news the other day because he posted a video because he does mental health stuff. He did about like anxiety, like using lemon to help with anxiety. And he
Yeah.
got banned or he got demonetized for a little bit for fake news. He was like, it does work, it's not fake.
It's on Psychology Today. Those are actually the biggest platforms right now, and the reason that those platforms are growing, especially with Facebook, is a lot of creators from like TikTok and stuff are realizing you want to go where all the big creators are because that's where all the traction goes, and a lot of it is actually going to like the Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels because they pay creators more to do content that are not essentially OnlyFans creators, and Facebook rules are a lot more open. So the easiest thing I can say on Facebook is a lot of people create Facebooks that are not essentially them, but they're them. We're really open about it being us, but there's a lot of people on there that I do know that have made a lot of money that will put on masks or what have you or whatever you want to
Well, that's
gain
okay.
the views, to gain the traction. And believe it or not, hashtags do work. And if you don't know how hashtags work into the algorithm of search words. So if somebody constantly searching swingers, or they're constantly searching, male MFM or what have you, it does tie into their algorithms and everything else. So if you're using those hashtags, it can bring you into that cycle of what they're going to randomly see. So my suggestion is when you do advertise it, you'll hear these people that do it or don't. My suggestion is you do use the hashtags and max them out at 30. And you do all your direct links right to your OnlyFans from there. They right now have no rules or regulations against using it, and so
What?
if we no Facebook. So when we want to actually really grow our OnlyFans, and we're like, okay, let's take this serious again here for a little bit, we'll put our just direct links there, and that's how we
Your
use
Facebook.
right on our Facebook and right on our
And it's
Instagram.
my biggest fear because like TikTok, like my family is not, they're not on TikTok, grandma, those people on your TikTok, and I mean obviously we're pretty public about what we do, but Facebook, I was like, oh god, anyone, because anyone can see Facebook. You're friends with somebody, and like, you get random reels. So what we did when we created our Facebook, we went through and we blocked everybody we could think of. We blocked his mom, my mom, my parents, my brother, like anyone that could
My brother,
possibly.
my nieces, just
his other
anyone that you
nieces,
can
his
think
brother,
of in your family.
like
you
anyone
don't
that
wanna
like
see.
is on
And do you
Facebook.
have like a secondary number, so like it doesn't link contacts or like
Voice.
Um,
Yes.
Google Voice.
Google Voice?
Yeah,
You get a free number on Google
Yep.
Voice.
yeah,
There's all kinds of apps on iPhones
Yeah.
that you can get
Google
free
Voice,
numbers
like
too.
video.
yeah. But here it did.
Google Voice.
But what we did is we did make one, and we did realize that it was we did make a page, a private page, like all in a lifestyle page for like communicating and our stuff. But we realized it was suggesting it to people that we knew, and we were like, oh fuck. So we had a couple people that tried to friend request us, and so I went through and made it private. So even if they do, this was on a page. So there's a difference between a page and like a business page that's like public. So this is our public business page. You can't really block people on there. But we did go through and block anyone. So like it's not gonna show up in my dad's feed. He's like on Facebook and a reel pops up of his daughter talking about swinging. I mean, yeah. He'd probably be like, ah!
And then and Instagram's the other one, and it's all about the reels. It's not really necessarily about the pictures as much as it is the reels. Reels, people have a better chance of finding them because people scroll reels and they do just random pictures. So the
Yeah, reels are
biggest thing I can say that our success is, I mean, I've had videos with 13, 14 million views easily, but it's about consistency. So what I found was the trick is no matter what kind of content you ever wanted to do, you post 3 times a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon, once in the evening. You download an app, it's literally called TikTok. What's that app called?
TikTok repost.
Yeah, TikTok repost. So literally what you do is you go onto TikTok, this is the main reason that we still essentially do TikTok. You make your TikTok, you make your video, whatever you want it to be, and this is the thing that people don't realize when it comes to
Top
advertising
repost.
OnlyFans.
Okay.
When it comes to OnlyFans, you don't have to do sexy TikToks. You don't have to do. I grew my initial when I started my OnlyFans in 2020. I grew it off of addiction TikTok. But people start to like you and they want to find more out about you, so they go through your fucking links, and next thing you know, you have these people that are commenting on your videos. Thank you so much. Your sobriety is really meaning a lot to me, and then they're watching you fucking naked too. So you're like, oh, okay, a little bit odd, but sure, whatever.
Money is money. I mean.
So it's finding something that you're just passionate about doing, and just do content around that. Whether it's cosplay, whether it's just hiking, whether it's photography, whatever it is, just have fun with it. And
you could throw in a little bit of stuff about your OnlyFans every now and then, like we do. Like I'll advertise their stuff on like my stories. Stories are good, especially for your followers. But
you post that TikTok. You copy that link, you go to TikTok repost. TikTok repost removes all of the watermarks.
yeah, because that's the other thing too.
Because everything slows it down because if it has a watermark on it.
So you make a TikTok that has the watermark on it, like it shows your thing. If you post that onto Facebook or Instagram, they will not push it into feeds because they're like, oh no, that's a TikTok.
They want
like
original content.
We want original content here. We don't want to share with TikTok, but they've now created apps to remove those watermarks.
So then you take that and you share it to YouTube, you share it to
And
Facebook.
have you ever heard of Clapper? So Clapper is a new app. So do you remember when everyone was saying that TikTok was going to get banned? Everyone started moving over to Clapper. Clapper, there are no rules. Literally, I could do a live right now totally naked on Clapper and they'd be like, whatever. It's just like TikTok.
But it's 18 only. 18 only.
But it's 18 only. And you can literally do anything. There's no regulations on it.
Yeah. And then
There could be eventually, but they thought that maybe if TikTok was going to get banned. So we just started posting on it because we're like, hell, why not? And it grew pretty quickly, but we just basically share our TikToks over there. But we could share a little more like dirty stuff too.
and
Clappers, and it's growing. I mean, I know a lot of people have grown there. It's like pretty quickly, and nobody gets banned. So they grow it like. It's called Clapper. It's orange and it's CLAPPER.
And the other one.
CLAPPER.
And that's the thing is you want to give you an idea, because we do the social media side of it though too, so it takes me about, I don't like the posting programs, I like to post myself because that's how I get inspiration, because as I'm posting I'll scroll through. My goal is to scroll through 5 whatever reels or whatever to try and get an idea of maybe something else to do. Otherwise I'm not that
They basically were trying to like go against all
TikTok's
TikTok's regulations. They're like, come here and you can do
so I
whatever you
kind
want.
of not necessarily steal other people's content, but you get this and you're like, oh, I could do this and make a twist to it. But so you have Clapper, you have Likey, which is actually a huge app,
YouTube
which a lot of people don't realize that Likey is. Likey is almost as big as TikTok in a sense. One of the few TikTok-like apps in the App Store that has well over 100,000 reviews, and that one's a little bit like the Wild West too. You'll get on there and you'll see some very questionable content, and it's a very broad age range, so you do have to be a little bit careful.
Is that the LIKE?
Yep. And then you have also YouTube Reels. And YouTube Reels is another big one because you get
Shorts.
Shorts, excuse me, you have those creators. And so literally
You get a lot of hate on YouTube though, by the way. We get a lot of hate on YouTube. Not a lot, but people are like, I don't want to see this shit on my reels. And we're like,
So
We do that.
exactly. So all you do is you take that one
Sorry.
TikTok, you download it, you go over to Instagram because Instagram maxes you out at 30 hashtags. You can write whatever little thing you want. You do every single kind of hashtag you want. Then you copy and paste that, put that in your notepad, and then you go to every single app that you can copy paste, download it, copy paste, and you go through it very quickly.
Also, if any of you have platforms, I don't know if any of you have social media platform. I mean, some of you do have TikTok, stuff like that. I don't know if you get hate, like Eric gets called a cuck every day, like people in the lifestyle. Yeah, you get hate.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, we block a lot of
And
words.
so you can block words. So I didn't know if you all knew that. But even on Facebook and Instagram, you can block words. So people can't leave. I mean, people can't even leave things like, because because we're in the lifestyle, so you get a lot of, oh, you guys are gross, oh, disgusting, ew, no morals, find Jesus, you know, the usual.
And then you
So
just
we have
laugh.
all those words blocked, so they can't even leave. Like I even have the word, I have the word Bible, I have the word Jesus, like I have so many words blocked, and not because I really care that much. It's just so annoying when you're like, shut up, and then I don't take it personally anymore. I've been doing it for so long, but there are times when I'm gonna be like, wow, and you know what my favorite?
And you have to be careful with that too. Like,
Can't bully them back because we got in trouble for that.
Because essentially reaction abuse will get you banned from everything.
But you know what I do? I go onto my own personal account, and then I go on to, if somebody says something really bad and it like just fires me up, and I'm in the mood, I'll go onto my personal account, onto our joints, because I don't really care if my personal account gets like a little bit of a warning or whatever, and then I'll find these people, and I have tagged people's mothers. I have tagged their places of employment. I tagged the U.S. Navy in some guy's post calling me all sorts of things the other day. I was like, I'm sure the Navy would be horrible to hear that you treated people like I'm such a bitch. Well, you were mean to me first.
If you
And
guys
they
have-
usually delete their comment after that.
That's an easy way to get comments deleted.
Yeah.
But no, if you guys have any questions, I mean, more than happy to answer them. I mean, we've done it for 3 years now.
Yeah.
Almost.
And what was I going to talk about? Engaging. What about me?
You already did.
Oh yeah, I did kind of keep butting in.
You did a phenomenal job.
But yeah, just keeping your boundaries. I'm really big on that. Like lately, I've just been like, you don't feel like filming something, like you don't owe any of these people anything. Yeah, it's money, but if you're comfortable, there's times where I'm like gung ho and I am like, let's film. I'll make some fucking videos, and there are guys buy underwear. I'm like, yeah. And then there's times where I'm like, I don't have the fucking energy.
But you,
I was gonna say, like, your menu, how do you determine your pricing, and based on the response to your pricing, do you lower?
Yeah,
Do you
so
adjust?
I have upped our pricing lately as we grew. I was like, fuck it, like people are paying this, what if I up them all $5? People are still buying them. So I think as you get, like that sound, I don't want to sound like cocky, but we've been doing it for a little bit. As you get a bigger following, a bigger base, you can be like, you have to pay, you're gonna pay more for this. Now that I'm more public about, you know, what I do in my platforms and my app, I mean, you know, all of that, I definitely upped my prices, but in the beginning I was selling them cheaper. But also don't make them cheap. If somebody wants to see you naked,
or
like
someone wants
don't just be like,
underwear,
oh well,
or
I feel
somebody
bad
wants
charging
to do
$10 because I don't know if they really want to see me. No, you gotta own that shit. Be like, you're gonna find, like the other day, Eric and I made a video, and it was like, what was it? One of the hottest videos I thought we had made. Like we had made just a video, he and I, in a while, and it was like that last Sunday. It was like 103 outside. We just like cranked the AC in our room and filmed content all day. And Eric was like, oh, I don't know, what'd you say, like $8, $10?
Yeah.
I charged 15 and I sold a shit ton of it. And I was like, don't undervalue us. And it was a 20-minute video. So, and here's the other thing too, you can later, like,
Adjust your price.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
you can
can
adjust
later
prices later.
offer the videos and more. So that, like, I have a video from, we have a female, whatever, 2 girls and a guy, I can't talk. We have a video like that. We made this video in October of 21.
Yep.
I still sell that video, like, all the fucking time. So, because you get new users. So on my menu, which I'll try to find and show you guys, but I sell it for a lot less now than I would have back then, you know, because it's kind of, to me, in my mind, it's lost its value. But like, I did my first male, female, male, that's not my thing, but we were getting so many requests for it, so finally I was like, fine, I'll do it. And so we found this guy, and it took us a little while, we found a guy, he was like all about filming, he was like, I don't care, it's cool. So we like filmed this video, and it was really hot. We made like $4,000 in like a week off that video. We made so much money, but I was charging a lot for it, because it was like my first male, female, you know, made this big deal about it. But that was back in January, and now I sell that video for a lot less. I have it on my menu, but I dropped it down, like, I think it was like 20-something bucks, and now I have it at like 18, I forget. But I'm like, because it's, to me, it's kind of lost its value, and I've done another one since.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so yes, you can continue to sell content. Go ahead.
So for what would you do for like photo/video bundles? Like, I
Right.
like to put certain stuff for like my regular stuff, but I also want to do more of my cosplay stuff. So when I'm dressed as like Velma, it goes wild. Everyone
Mhm.
likes it. The photos,
Mhm.
sitting pretty and stuff, but also doing things,
Yeah.
acting as
Mhm.
Velma. I just don't.
So I would say, so I don't, people will ask you like, oh, can I have your menu? again, I'm gonna be totally honest, I'm a little lazy with OnlyFans. I have so much other content that I do in all of our platforms, and then obviously, you know, my app and everything that I do. I am a little bit lazy with my OnlyFans. So I don't like, I just made my menu is when you sign up, you know how people get a welcome message, like, thanks for joining, you know? My menu's right there. And so that's how we sell. So have a bundle that says, like, I don't know what her name is, your persona, is or whatever. Velma?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, put like, you know, Velma bundle, and you can like kind of write like what it is.
And you can just mass message it out to everybody.
Oh, okay.
And that's the biggest thing is to mass message that out to everybody.
I just got a message, rude message, which I never really get.
And then when you do a new video, you can mass message that to everybody who has canceled their membership, just to let them know that that new thing is out, to try and get them to re-engage.
So I have a thing like it says male, female, it just says like welcome, blah blah blah, and it says male female bundles, male female bundles. So that's just like he and I, and it's 3 for $20 or 5 for $28, and those are just like 7-minute videos we have of like blowjobs and whatever. And then I have swinger videos, and I list them. It says 23-minute male female male, new male female male. That's and I put how long they are because it does add value. Like I just filmed one here a few weeks ago. I did that, and then I had 20-minute. Like so, I just have it. Then I have it bundled. I said, but you could buy the whole bundle, all 5 of them, for $50. And I list the prices, and then I kind of put my menu. Like I could show you guys if you want to see it closer.
Oh,
Yeah,
But this guy bought a swinger bundle, and I sent him 6 videos instead of 5 because I was being nice. And that did the male, female, male, and then there's a couple in there that are like me and another girl, and he goes, those are lesbian videos, not swinging.
alright, Mr. Professional.
Fuck you, Bill.
Fuck you, you can see my vagina ever again. Oh, so if you get rude messages, I had a guy comment on one of our things, he's like, boring. Do not block people, because if you block them, it will refund them. Restrict them.
Yep. You
Restrict
only
them.
restrict them.
So only restrict,
So,
never block.
never
Because
block
restrict, they
anyone.
can't comment, they can still see your stuff. If you really don't want to block somebody and it's like bad, obviously block them. But if someone just says something rude, restrict them. They can't comment, they can't message you, but they still get to see your stuff and they don't get refunded. So do not block
And it
people.
keeps their auto renewal on if it's
Mhm.
on.
Yeah, awesome. But if you block somebody, it will take off their auto renewal and they will get refunded from OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So.
And then it does get refunded out of your money.
So I'm just like, restrict, you can't comment anymore, but.
So for any of you guys doing this, how much of your time is spent doing what? Like promoting versus filming versus engaging with people who bought? And then how much money do you make in comparison to how much time you spent in a given time period?
That's a really good
Sorry, that's a lot of questions. Let me know if we need a repeat on
So
any of that.
for us, for example, when it comes to promoting content and promoting stuff, I know she does her own also promoting, but I do a lot of our accounts. I will spend roughly about, I would say, 3 to 4 hours a day.
3 to 4 hours a day.
Yep.
promoting.
But we do this full time.
Yeah, so.
I mean, not just OnlyFans full time.
So don't take it the wrong way.
You don't do
when I say that.
OnlyFans promoting 3-4 hours a day.
No, but all of our promotion, regardless, kind of feeds into OnlyFans.
Oh, well, yeah.
Like all platforms.
Yeah,
So,
like
all
so,
marketing.
so even like
We have a
with,
routine, a daily
with,
routine.
with one of our friends who goes by California Unicorn Girl.
It's Idaho Unicorn Girl now.
She spends at least an hour to 2 hours a day doing it.
But
And you can tell by all the different things, and you do it around your schedule. You can do it at night. There's not like this set time that you have to do it. Like she does it around her kids' schedules. And her
Well, and
work
that's the other thing
schedules.
too. So like Eric and I took that whole day the other day. We literally spent like 6 hours, made a ton of content, took photos, I changed outfits. You do nights like this. You make content, spend a couple hours doing a couple different scenes, taking photos, and
so
then
how often do you do that? Like in a month?
We'll do it 1 to 2 times a
1
month.
to 2 times a month. And then you can use that content the rest of the month. Like we just take like a shit ton of photos, delete all the stuff you hate, and then editing photos. We didn't want to talk about that. I don't know how all of you edit your photos. I just use iMovie. And this is the other thing too to increase your, when you film content with people. So we'll set the camera up over here, and we're going at it. But then Eric will also be filming here. So that video may have only been 10 minutes, but now I'm piecing this clip with that clip in the middle and making a 10-minute video now 20 minutes long by getting different points of view, even though it's the same thing. It's like, oh, it switches from this to this, and now all of a sudden I've made my video 10 minutes, which adds value. And Eric, when I'm like doing like my toy reviews, Eric will look at me, because you don't want to interrupt the video, and he'll be like, 5 minutes. because we do like a 5-minute video is really good, like decent. And he'll be like 5, and he'll be like 4, and then we'll get down to 1 minute. He'll be like, okay, and he'll be like, okay, yeah, it's funny. But he'll be like, what? I'm like, okay.
So you just we do massive content at
Yeah.
one time. We'll do it twice a month.
Yeah,
But
I
it's
just
also
don't
one
have-
of those things like if
You don't want it to consume
if
your
you're in
life
the
because you
morning
get
and you're
so
like,
burnt
oh, I'm
out.
gonna take a shower right now. I will for guys, for example, if you get a big gay following, gay guys love this. I have learned. Take a fucking video while you're in the shower and you don't even have to fucking flex your muscles. Just be a guy taking fucking. I get it. Fucking. People
Well, and
get,
like- well,
but
that's the
and really, even as a woman,
And you
just take a
don't,
shower.
another thing, especially the girls that are new, you guys are doing this, you know, but like, yes, I take photos and we take professional photos and we do shoots and I put lingerie on and we look cute. But I also literally, there's days where, you know, us girls all have those days where like, I feel skinny and cute today. And you're like, you know, or like the other day I came home from the gym and I was like, all sweaty and I was like, click, uploaded it right to Onlyfans. It doesn't have to be these professional photos. I'm like, sweaty after the gym. And that can be just a quick like content. I post once a day. That was my post for the day. It was like me sweaty after the gym. And some people already do that. You have to get weird shit. I had a guy ask me for dirty, hairy armpit photos one time. And luckily I had like shaved in a few days.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about done.
Okay.
And then
And I was like, okay.
and then uploading to your OnlyFans. I mean, you can do it. I mean, there are people that will upload multiple things a day. We'll do it. You know, I would say average out of 7 days, we probably put new stuff up 4 to 5 times a week.
I go through phases where I'll post every day. We've had some like kind of
Yeah.
shit go on this week, and I kind of the other day I was like, should I post on OnlyFans in a couple days? So I'll just go post a photo or a quick. You could also take, so like say I just sold that 20-minute video, I put a 45-second clip up on my main page, and then I'm like, want to see the whole video? And you can also do that. Tip me. I wrote like tip me $15 and I'll send this to your DMs, and people will do that too. So there's so many different ways to like.
I was gonna add, when I do my lives, my showers, that's where I get the biggest tips.
Yeah, isn't it? It's amazing.
That's what
It's
I'm
amazing that shower count.
I like you're not
And
great.
the biggest
Shower
thing you
always-
have to remember too is, and I have to remind her a lot of it too, is even people don't care, give a shit what you look like. They want the amateur side of it. You don't have to be
I'll be
a
like, I have a
fucking model.
sit, or like, oh, I didn't shave very well. Or it's like, no, it's fine.
Nobody fucking cares, and then you get these other guys who are like, "Oh, this is so how you fucking shave," you know? I mean, it's just.
I made a video today. I had like shaving while I made a video the other day, and I was like, I'm shaving, and that's a thing, and I sold it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I shave my legs in the bathtub and I make like $200.
No,
yeah,
I need
exactly.
to be better about that shit. Like,
I do lives from the bathtub all the time.
Oh, yeah.
see, I need to be better. I just am so like.
And that's
I
where
get
it
lazy.
comes down to. However you want to grind it out, like you can literally make a lot of money from it. It's just.
And how doable is it to always have a persona or always have like the same mask on or?
It's doable if you have it ready and ready to go. I bought this wig, and for a while I bought this hot pink wig, and I was like, I want to do all my stuff in this hot pink wig. I'm
Like,
not
just
putting a
not be
fucking wig on
super
every day.
recognizable.
No, but a mask is a little
And,
easier.
and it's up to you because you got to remember people are paying to get into your page, so a lot of times you don't have to necessarily worry about that unless you're like trying to advertise it like on Facebook or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and if you have a career that you are like genuinely concerned about,
You don't have to
That's what
necessarily. You don't have
My
to.
career's on social media,
But-
it's vanilla, so.
yeah,
Create
but
an entire
you have to
separate-
understand like. Yes, there's been those stories out there where people have gotten in trouble, things like that. But like I would have told us, my ex-husband took me to court for full custody because I had OnlyFans. He didn't get shit. Cost us both $5,000, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
So most of the time, people are gonna side with you unless you have like this, like like you're a fight, things like that. Like, and don't post anything at your work. That's why they really got in trouble. Those people. But
And my suggestion is if you do go with one mask, go for about a month.
Yeah.
Go for a month with the same mask so that it gets built into the
Yeah.
people's brain images and then
That's
shift.
right.
Yeah, and
then
also-
shift masks. Because the thing that you don't want to do is go from this to this to this to this. Because if I asked you what was your favorite TikTok yesterday, what was your favorite reel you saw yesterday, can you even tell me? You can't. Our brains are no longer programmed that we have long-term memory, unfortunately. So it has to be this consistent thing for a little while and then shift it.
yeah.
Do you even ever have to shift it?
You don't even have to if you
No.
want to.
Also, like people are so afraid. Like, oh my God, do people know you do that? Like, I'm very public. Those of you that know, I'm very public about what I do. I'm a creator. I own a lifestyle app. Like, I'm very public about what I do. And people are like, oh my God, do people know? I'm also very involved in my kids' school, very involved in my daughter's marching band, all the band parents. Not a single one of those people know what I do. And yes, I have it on social media, but unless they're in the lifestyle and they're looking for that stuff, they're not gonna see it. And if they do, I'm gonna be like, don't dig, man. Like, you know what I mean? So mine hasn't even like crossed over. And I'm not worried if someone finds out anything out. But I'm just saying, if they're not in the lifestyle, they're not looking for your OnlyFans account, they're not doing that, people aren't gonna find you unless they're trying to actively seek you out and find you. So, I have not had any issues with it at all.
I was gonna add, I think it was you that asked about the amount of time that it takes. So like we've done nights where we've rented a hotel room or we've gone out in the mountains and we do a whole bunch of content. And then I just take it and I queue it in, like spend a Sunday afternoon and queue it in, and that takes care of all
The whole week, yeah, you
For the
can
whole
schedule
week.
posts too, yeah. Eric and I are very bad about scheduling
And then
posts.
how much time do you guys spend like?
I'm gonna go
promoting?
on really quick, but we do need to
I'm
wrap
not
up.
a big following, so I don't spend any time promoting it anymore.
I don't have a big following,
I
so.
spend
I know.
maybe 15, 30 minutes a day, and I'm bringing in several thousand a month.
After it's built up.
Once you get it built up, it takes on a thing of its own. It
Oh, yeah.
really does. And that's where it ultimately comes down to, do you want to continually do it, or do you want, what are you doing it for? Like with ours, we're happy when it's like 15, $2 grand a month. That's cool. Hoorah. Or not a month, but a week. We're like, hoorah, this is great. And could we push it? You could, but then it's like, okay, this takes away time from other stuff. You know what I mean? So it comes down to what's my overall goal to make. We've had friends that do this, that they're like, if I can make $500 a week or a month, I'm cool, or ones that are like $1,000 a week, whatever.
And then a simple question, what do you guys use for editing the videos? Like
iMovie.
you said, like.
I just use iMovie.
Oh.
Apple is the easiest product. You just airdrop it.
And I airdrop them, and then we can airdrop them to each other. I can airdrop to his computer if I want. I'll edit them from my phone. I feel like I like the way they look a little better if I do it on here, but if I'm lazy and it's a quick video, I'll just edit it on my phone. Yeah, and you just, over time, you get a lot less worried about, before I was always like, can I put a filter on these? I'm like, I care less now. You can do, I know I have friends that take Snapchat clips with filters and they use those, stuff like that, so.
What I actually that found that works too is like if you're on your phone doing stuff, I'll use my InShot,
Oh,
or like if I'm on my laptop or something like that, I'll just use Movavi or Lightworks.
Oh, yeah, see, I'm lazy. I'm a lazy.
Ain't nobody looking at your face anyway.
They all want the Gucci.
Nobody gives a shit. Like, no one's, they're like, cool, vagina.
Well, it's 10, so if anyone was shooting content, now's your time to shoot content. So my biggest suggestion, I will say this, because I have ran into, especially we're going out to South Carolina and
North Carolina,
they had a huge content creator night. They always will say, if you do content creator night with multiple creators, come prepared with a list of what you want done and what you need done, because if you don't, everyone stands around looking at everyone going, what are we doing?
You gotta look at it like business, take your clothes off, do it.
You gotta be like, we need this shot, this shot, this shot, this shot. This is what we need. What do you guys need? Okay, cool. And then
I want pictures of this on the cross, I do know that.
go.
Okay, break, ready, break.
Break.
Can we kill that video?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.